And welcome to Fat Kings Friday for January 30th. I am Andrew, VSG Spike.
And I am VSG Warrior. And we're just two big dudes chewing the fat, trying to get lean. What's on the menu tonight, Andrew?
Well, I don't know exactly what's on the menu, but whatever it is, it's going to make us hungry. If we can remember what the hell that is.
I'm hungry right now. Oh, yeah. Especially when you got a Cookie Monster shirt on. I'm hungry.
Cookie. Here, let's do this. Cookie.
Cookie.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, so hunger seemed to be the soup du jour this week. I don't know how to say week in French. Soup de week. But everybody was talking about different things. Hunger was a huge one, though. And I don't know if it started with the Naked Truth, because I'll plug that show again, because we love those girls. I'm just trying to plug Lacey, if you know what I mean. Did I say that out loud? Holy shit.
I hope I didn't say that out loud just now.
But yeah, it was another great show because the other half of the spoons of the waffles was there. So that was a great show, and
Yep.
we even came up a little bit. He was wondering who was going to be in San Diego, and they talked a little bit about some of the things. But anyway, that was a great show. So check out The Naked Truth if you haven't. Always go check them out. We love the girls, and so on that show. Jennifer, somebody had brought up the topic of hunger, and they brought it up again on that show. And Jennifer was saying, I think she actually made that video, like the biggest lie that she heard when she was getting, the surgeries, that they said, her hunger would be gone for good or something like that. So, I keep meaning to do this, I think, because we have a lot of new subscribers. So just to give you a little rundown, I'll talk about myself. I was 500 pounds. And now I am I did a weigh-in. I was going to do a video this week, and I am 335.
Damn, dude.
I'm just going to go with that. So, but my experience is only sleeve, and Andrew's is only sleeve, so I can't attest to anybody else. But my hunger as of right now, what am I, 11 weeks out, 10 weeks out, 11 weeks out, I think, is pretty much nil. But as we know, it's kind of a work in progress. That kind of changes. So, what's your experience like, Andrew, in terms of hunger?
Mine, I'm trying to learn as well. I'm about 15 weeks out. I'm actually just over 4 months because my surgery was September 23rd. I started off at 480, basically just rounded to 485, and I'm down to. I weigh in officially over the weekend, but I'm like 362, 363 as of this past weekend.
There you go.
So doing well and kicking, and hunger for me has been weird because I think I'm hungry. I don't know. It's a weird feeling where I don't know if it's a hunger or a craving. But it'll be sometimes we may be I'll be out and about over the weekend with Ryan, and she'll ask me that. She's like, "Are you hungry? Do you want to go get something to eat?" And I'm like, "Well, I could eat, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm hungry. But I know from what I've had throughout the day that I need to eat some more." So it's a new experience so far.
Yeah, for me, I find myself like going into old patterns, and I even catch myself saying sometimes, "I'm hungry," but I like if I take a minute, I'm not really hungry. For me, it's kind of like an acid kind of thing or an empty kind of feeling. Like I just kind of feel like. Now I'm still taking the omeprazole or omeprazole, how we pronounce it, which is like a generic what is it, Prilosec or one of those, whatever. And so like I know if I go too long, the acid seems to like churn up a little bit.
Okay.
Even with the medication, it's not really painful, but I can actually hear it. I can hear my stomach kind of going, and like I feel it in my throat a little bit. So I've been having a tendency to eat more frequently, but very little, and I find that it's working for me. Like again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not you. Everybody's different, but for me. And I was always Mr. Anti-eat 5 times a day because that would always be a trigger for me.
Mm-hmm.
whenever I was dieting before, people would talk about that kind of thing. Oh, you got to speed up your metabolism. All these, different theories that people have. And I was always like, well, if I eat that much, forget it. I would just be triggered, and I couldn't stop eating. But now with the restriction being so tight right now, I have just tiny little things, and the hardest part for me was mentally getting rid of the concepts of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I think I mentioned this last week, but for me it was like dinner had to be huge. Like, what's for dinner? It's got to be a big, epic meal. And now I'm completely fine with just whatever it is to just kind of like satiate whatever that acid is, just a little bit of something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's cheese stick or two or just a little bit of something, even a little bit of yogurt, and I'm fine with that. So and I just keep eating like every 3 hours or so until I don't eat much, but I feel good, and it seems to be working. So,
Okay.
But in terms of actual hunger, I just don't. I wake up and I could go like another hour or two without eating after I wake up, and I still don't feel like any kind of real hunger. So.
No, and I understand what you mean, and it sounds like for you, like that acid is almost kind of a natural trigger to say, hey, you probably need to eat something, to where if you don't eat for so long, that kind of kicks up for you. So, I mean, in a way, it's almost kind of I don't know, maybe it's a good thing. I know it still sucks because just acid reflux is just a pain in the ass anyway. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you, especially what you just said about in the morning, where I get up in the morning. I'm up during the week. My alarm goes off at 5:15, and I'm up and around and getting stuff done. And I'll always I'll pack my lunch and get breakfast and everything going. And for me, my breakfast is typically a protein shake, and I typically have that on the way to work. And by then it's 7:15, and I still feel perfectly fine until up until I have a protein shake, and I'm still fine afterwards. To where I never feel I never feel like I oh my god, I got to eat something. I'm wasting or I'm hurting, but it's I feel, depending on what I eat, I'll feel sometimes satisfied, sometimes more satisfied, to where it's kind of heavy, because I'm still learning as far as certain foods I can and can't eat in certain amounts, and trying to listen to my body. Because you're talking about the kind of that gurgly feeling in your stomach. I get that after I eat.
Oh,
Like if I sit and actually, because I'm trying to have more meals. I'll still snack a little bit here and there, of course, but I try and have, especially with lunch and dinner, trying to have something a little more substantial in a shorter period of time. But if I have that maybe too fast, my stomach just makes all sorts of funny noises, like, hey, it's ready to keep on moving and get the stuff in and out. It's almost what it feels like to me. I mean, whatever it's doing, it's doing. But yeah, it's a different feeling, a different concept.
I know for me it's like night and day compared to what I used to be.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so happy with everything and the way it's working out. I know. Actually, I wanted to talk a little bit about this too. On the last Fat Kings, we were talking about a little bit about the restriction and everything. And Betty Lou Who, those of you who know Betty Lou Who, she doesn't make videos, and she says she's like the elusive Sasquatch. She's not going to be captured on film, but she actually has a really interesting blog, and I wish I had it in front of me, or I'd promote it, but it's in the last Fat Kings in the comments. She actually posted this interesting. She does something called Science Sundays on her blog. Although apparently she hasn't done it in a little while, but anyway, she talked about, which I think this is an interesting topic too, is the concept of that your body has a set point in terms of weight. So, and her theory is that it's not so much restriction per se that's doing the work. It's that there's a lot of different factors involved when you get the sleeve, and that it seems to reset this set point. So anyway, I'll promote it. I wish I had her. It's a blog spot, but like I said, if you go to the Last Fat Kings, go into the comments, and you'll check it out. And maybe I'll be able to figure out by the end of the show. I'll be able to pull it up and plug it. But it's a very interesting blog that she has. So I just thought I'd promote it for Betty Lou Who, and I thought it was interesting. I may not agree with everything she has there, and I'm not fully convinced on the idea of the set point. And I think it might be dangerous for some people to say, "Well, I give up because I'm at my set point." And that's, I mean, I know I'm not saying that's what she was saying, but I kind of agree with the concept in theory, but the jury's still out. But on that page, I mean, she provides a lot of links to different things that are very interesting, and I just thought I would plug it for her. So check out Betty Lou Who's blog. And she's all over the place. She's always commenting, and she's on Facebook as well.
Christine's on point, man. She said I posted her blog on your page.
Oh, I love you. Thank you, Christine.
She's on point.
Yeah, she's always on point.
So, but no, I agree, and I think what the set point here is, excuse me. Yeah, and when she's talking about set point, I'm assuming she means like goal weight, basically, right?
No, I think she means that physiologically each one of us within our, I'm going to just come up with some lead speak here, within our cell walls. No, but basically there is a certain weight that our body is sort of predetermined or whatever. Okay. That there's a weight that we're sort of comfortable at, and that the machinery doesn't go into effect for, you know, like what we need until we hit a certain weight, and then that I'm explaining this terribly, but the concept is basically that each one of us has a weight that we are more comfortable with, and it's going to be harder and harder as you get closer and closer to this weight. Obviously, as you get closer to whatever your goal is, it's going to get harder and harder to lose weight. But it's just a point that becomes much more difficult to lose weight.
Okay. Evelina Makes Changes just posted a couple things. She said set point is the weight your body is comfortable at being and wants to be there. Right. Which, I mean, I would assume would be somewhat similar to what you would hope would be your goal weight. It's kind of always ideal. But she also said that you can reset your set point, and that's what surgery does. So, hey,
there's some guy. Wait, hold on. There's some guy on the boards named TJ Brownfield.
Brownnoser.
Brown. Yeah, and apparently he's gonna do something with some other show, and he wants us to promote it.
He's gonna do something that's not with us. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck him. That wizard-looking motherfucker, and his new fucking beautiful coat that his wife gave him.
Right.
And yeah, man, fuck that guy. No, we love you, TJ. Yes, everybody, make sure you go. Am I the only one who has nothing to fucking sell or promote? I mean, what the fuck is going on, man? I mean, this. I feel so left out. I'm not selling like knickknacks or candles, or I gotta break your balls about the candles.
Go for it. Let me have it.
So, TJ, ladies and gentlemen, check out the one and only, the mighty TJ Brownfield on Real Talk, which I think it's about movies, right, Andrew?
Yes.
About movies?
Oh, yes.
So he's going to talk about his favorite movies. I think it's Yentl. What are his favorite? And he loves Tyler Perry movies. I know that. He's a big Tyler Perry fan. So, yeah, he's going to talk about all his favorite movies on that show. So go check him out. I think it's when the hell is it? TJ, give me a hint here.
Yeah, give us a date. I remember that. I know it's set, but I don't remember. Didn't have it set when.
I think it's Mondays, right?
It might be.
Monday. All right, we'll get back to you on the date and time.
That should be a fun one. But yeah, yes. You're probably the only person who doesn't have anything to hawk or sell or anything else because yes.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start selling my voice. I could do the voiceover for whatever it is anybody's selling. So has this ever happened to you? Like, I'll be that. Like, if this ever happened to you? Gee, this diaper stinks. Or what about that smelly husband or life partner? P.U. This looks like a job for Candles by Christine or Victoria. Candles by Victoria. That's right, kids. There's a Super Bowl sale. Enter the code Super Bowl or Super Bowl 15, and you can receive a 30% discount depending on the score of the game, kids. So go check it out. We've got Sex on the Beach. We've got different fragrances. We got Ass to Mouth. Glory Holes, my favorite. Check them out, kids. All right, so there you go. So if anybody wants me to do a voiceover for their whatever they're hawking, their trinkets or their Google Hangouts, I'm the guy. I want to be the weight loss surgery voiceover guy.
Oh my
just
God,
like
that was so funny.
Look, that guy made $1 billion just going, this summer, one man, one mission. I could do that. I'll be the weight loss surgery guy.
Well, because the guy who does, what is it, Honest Trailers, it sounds damn near like
my God, he's so fun. I love Honest Trailers. That's good. Okay, so speaking of movies, Honest Trailers, back to Real Talk. It is Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern, ladies and gentlemen.
And TJ is a big fan of The Notebook.
Oh, yes, that's his favorite.
You cry at the end every time when they hold hands.
Oh, he's such a softie. You got to love him. All right, so okay, so let's get. Actually, TJ reminds me of a point I wanted to talk about. Another great topic that was in the community this week, and getting to TJ. So you know how it works out. Back to basics had a really great topic, and TJ used to be a back to basics guy, and I miss him, and he should do some more of those. But anyway, what now? First of all, the concept was basically lifetime fatties. I think
that's basically what we're calling it now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't familiar with OFGs. I mean, original fat girl or old school fat girl. What does the OFG mean? Enlighten me, people, because I'm new to this whole thing.
Yeah, and please, me too, because I'm original fat girl or something it could be. I mean,
I'm learning. I mean, I know what NSV is. I finally figured that out. No, I knew what that was pretty early on. But OFG, I'm kind of new to. But anyway, I believe it's like just anybody who's a lifetime fat person. So, and I thought Tanya's was really great. Everybody's was pretty interesting though. And I was surprised. You know, sometimes I kind of take it for granted that we're all kind of in the same boat, but I think it really makes a difference along the way in terms of the mental part. I think it's just so much harder for us because we're so used to being either a failure at this, we've been fighting it for so long, and I think we're just so much more afraid. I know this kind of came up when TJ made that old Snap video and was kind of busting Phil's balls.
But I think, the 5 pounds?
Yeah, but I really do think that lifers just have a much more deep-seated fear of failure than somebody who hasn't been really dealing with it for as long. I don't know what I'm a lifetime fatty myself. I've been fat since pretty much. I mean, there's a picture of me. I think I might have been 2 where it was normal size, and that was probably the last picture that exists of me at around normal size.
You fit in a 24 a month, and then all of a sudden you went from a 24 a month to a 4T.
Yeah, pretty much. But I was actually cute. I had a chance. I don't know what happened. Whenever I see that picture, I go, "Oh my God, I had a chance. There was hope." Oh, what happened? What the hell happened? But how about you, Andrew? What's your take on all that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree because I think it is something that is different. For me, being, a lifetime, fat, and I've been a big kid. I've always been that way. Even at my lowest, which was like, high school, early college, where, I mean, even at that time, I was 265. I was comfortable with my weight at that point. At that point, I comfortably fit in like a 2X, any 2X outfit and could get somewhat regular clothes. But I was still a big kid. I still knew I had some weight to lose. But even before then, I mean, hell, going back to elementary school age, I mean, I remember my mom would tell me when I would go to visit my grandparents for the weekend, she's like, I'd send you there and I'd pick you back up and you'd have this big belly because I knew I could eat what I wanted when I was there and get away with it. And, I was like, sure, why not? So I that's how I always was, and I got used to that. But at this point, seeing the consistent loss and feeling the way that I feel on a day-to-day basis as I'm, eating what I am eating, and at the same time not eating what I'm, not supposed to eat, it's a completely different, it's mind frame, frame of mind. It's a different, it's a totally different feeling. So.
And one of the things Tanya brought up, which I find I always struggle with myself, is this sense of trust. Like, I think it's just gotten, I think when you're heavy and you go through a lot of like heartbreaks,
Mm-hmm.
and you just, they could be disappointments, even just platonic disappointments in your regular friends, or maybe, when I talked about in one of my videos when I was younger, we hit that age where people started getting invited to these like little parties that are like make-out parties, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden, like I'm the coolest guy in the fucking world, and then all of a sudden I'm not cool anymore. It's like, what the fuck happened? Why aren't I cool anymore? And so I remember that like it was yesterday, that feeling of rejection, and it hurt, it really hurt, like a knife in the back. And I think you become a little bit more jaded and a little bit more calloused to
Sure.
relationships. I think it affects so much of your life. I don't even think you can realize it. Realize the full extent.
Hold on a second.
I think we got a special guest. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Scarlett. Hey, Scarlett.
Say hi.
Hi.
Let it go. Let it go.
No, I can't get it right now, sweetie. You gotta go to bed, okay?
You suck, Daddy.
I can't get it. I can't get your lip
Oh,
stuff.
come on. I want to sing. In summer. I love that video, by the way.
Oh,
ladies
man,
and
we
gentlemen,
had so
that's
much
another
fun.
video I have to plug. Go check out Andrew's sing-off in the car with Scarlett, where he knows all the words. It is so adorable.
I know all the freaking words to all the Frozen songs.
You poor guy. You poor lamb. But so anyway, getting back to the Lifetime Fatty, and I remember, and TJ's actually here, and I remember when in some of his old videos where he was kind of trying to figure out for himself, because he's, he gained weight later on in life, and then he was, I think he said he was like either just flirting with like waitresses or whatever, just being his usual self, and feeling like he wasn't getting the same response that he was used to. And I think he was trying to figure out whether it was just him getting a little bit older, or was it the weight. And if I remember correctly, I think TJ said no, it was because I was heavy. I think he came to that conclusion, that it's just like people do treat you differently. I mean, and that's not a boo-hoo thing. It's just the way the world works. So, and I think once you're used to getting treated so shitty for so long, you just sort of develop this real thick, kind of hardened attitude toward other people, and it is sort of a get what you give thing. I mean, if you start any relationship on that foot where you're like so distrusting, it's going to tend to end badly. So I get that, but I just think it's just so much harder for us lifers to let down the wall and begin to open up in a lot of different ways. So
No, I do. I agree. And I even even at this point, I notice a difference when I'm at work, because especially in that environment for me, there's a lot of people in my office, and they've seen me at my heaviest, and being at a lower weight at this point, I do notice that I get different responses. Not that I ever had a negative response from people, but I have an even more positive response now, especially from people that are aware that I had the surgery and are aware of kind of the range of how much I've lost. It's weird. I mean, it can definitely work both ways, where you're heavier and it's definitely the negative, and then all of a sudden, like you said, you lose the weight, and holy shit, this is that's part of that mental game that everybody talks about, is there's more to it than just that number on the scale.
Yeah, I mean I feel like I'm just a piece of meat now. I feel like a sex object, and I got to get used to that.
You got to get used to people undressing. Do they want to undress you with their eyes,
right.
man?
Oh, okay. Also here, Mr. What is it? Jim Haney is here.
What's up, Jim?
So Jim, we've decided, Andrew and I, in our infinite kingly wisdom, that we are going to bring a guest on, and we're going to do it next week. And our guest is going to be Mr. Jim Haney himself. Jim, congratulations, brother.
He talks about he had thick skin, like 600 pounds thick. So
That's pretty thick. That was thicker than mine. I thought I was pretty thick. I came in at 5, and I was proud of that. But 6,
right.
that's an achievement, brother.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
man. Walter,
Let's hear it for 600 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. 600 pounds. No, that's a lot of cookies. Cookies. But yeah, I'm excited to have Jim on the show, and Andrew is too. And we're gonna try to throw it out there later. But we figured we'd announce it. So if you're not familiar with Jim's story, now Jim doesn't make videos, but he has commented. He's been around for forever. I mean, I believe, Jim, you had sleeve, right? I think you did get a sleeve. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, he's 5 years out, and he's been doing great. He's been maintaining. I mean, he's got the up and downs, like everybody else at that end of the spectrum. But I'm super psyched to have him on. 600 pounds, and to have lost as much as he has, and has kept it off. And so his story is a great story. So I'm definitely interested in having him on.
Absolutely, I think that'll be really cool to have him share his story and talk to the kingdom, if you will, and definitely field some questions and have some fun. Get our first guest on the show.
He says he got fat eating broccoli. Me too, Jim.
Shit, mine was carrots. That's why my vision's so kick-ass.
I'm just so psyched. So it's Haney, right? It's not Haney. It can't be Haney. It's got to be Haney.
Or Haney.
Haney. Mr. Haney, 600-pound dude. He lost weight. You can too. Weight loss surgery is so cool if you don't drop dead. So tune in next week for the Mr. Haney show.
Oh, you're gonna finish the parody by the end of the week?
Yeah, I'll have to figure that out.
The Mr. Haney,
Mr. Haney,
original bariatric bad boy.
Yeah. See, you down with BBB?
You down with BBB? Yeah, you know me.
Bariatric bad boy. Yeah, bad boy.
Oh my God, that's funny. Oh, but yeah, so let's see, because we were talking about that, and talking about hunger. So I mean, you still have yet to really feel hunger, if you will, what we're used to. But how about everybody out there? I know I haven't seen too much. We've been talking about all sorts of random stuff here, but I mean, hunger-wise, I know there's the head hunger, or I call them just cravings. But I mean,
Arf, said Sandy. Who is that? What's your dog's name?
Scout.
Scout. All right. See, I need to know the whole
cast. He wants to go
cast.
outside and go pee. So, but yeah. I mean, how's everybody else been as far as with hunger itself? Son of a bitch.
So, Phil Olsen is in the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Olsen. He's probably in the middle of showing his house.
Probably.
But yeah, so I mean, in terms of hunger for me, like I said,
I'll be right back. I gotta go let him out, or else he's gonna keep barking the whole time.
Okay, settle down, Scout. What's the matter, Scout? Fire at the well? Fire at the mill? Whatever. Easy, Scout. All right. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so what's your feelings, guys? I'd like to know. Tell us right now. Call us on the line 555-3535. OG Fatty. OFG. So that was a good topic. Oh, and while I'm here, there's a couple of things. Another great video was Katie. Katie VSG had a really good video this week. Go check her out. She's feeling better. She's back on track. She had sort of veered off the track, and now she's kicking ass again. and she talked about Self-Love February, and she's going to be posting some stuff about that. And we all love Katie. So what's going on out there, people? Caller, are you there? Hey, caller. Okay, VSG Lynette says, my hunger now is the feeling of food leaving sleevey. Then in 10 or so minutes, I start feeling lightheaded, and then the grumbles start. I can time it every 2 hours now. Yeah, I kind of get something similar with that. But I mean, I stay hungry. I mean, I stay relatively full for a good time. And Jim Haney, I still don't experience hunger, quote unquote. I have more of an empty feeling, and I know I got to eat. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. But I'm a little kid here. I'm a little tiny toddler. You guys are all the veterans. So Phil just started with some quote unquote self-love. That's always nice.
Whatever works.
There you go. So I was actually just giving Katie VSG a plug. I don't know if you checked her video out, but she's getting back on track, and she talked about starting a self-love February, which I guess with Valentine's Day coming up.
Makes sense, absolutely.
Which is a cool idea, so we'll see where she goes with that. Oh, and somebody else I really want to plug before I forget is a new girl. It's my newbie of the week. I'm going to steal that from Jennifer. Okay, I'll call it, we got to change it. It's new person of the week. That's completely original and different, right?
How about newcomer to the kingdom?
A newcomer to the kingdom. Okay, I like that. Very good. Very good, sire. She's, her name is it Michelle VSG or no, it's Michelle VSG. She's got 2 subscribers, people. Get it on the ground floor. She was afraid of making videos, and I like to take credit. I tried to talk her into it, and I think she started making videos today, actually. So Michelle VSG, check her out. She seems like a very nice person, and she's 12 weeks out. So
nice.
Yeah, so she's in the thick of it, just pretty much like we are. I mean, I think
right where we are, basically, yeah.
Yeah, she had her surgery like 4 days before me. So check her out, Michelle VSG. Go check her out. Tell her Fat King sent her. Tell her Fat King sent you.
Get 10% off your order.
You get kids if depending on the score of the Super Bowl. So what do we got here? What's going on?
Thanks, Tiger. Thanks. He said you guys can get started now. He's arrived. It's all good.
Oh, thank you, Tiger. Yes.
Christine brings a very valid point. You got to make sure you lock the bathroom door before the self-love begins.
Very true. And for you ladies, check your batteries. Always check the batteries.
Always make sure you got some fresh double A's around.
That's right. I have a rabbit myself. I don't know what you use, but I use a rabbit.
I just go with the old faithful, the little bullet.
The magic bullet.
Mm.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the NutriBullet. That's a whole other animal.
Oh yeah. I mean, if that's what you need, then more power to you. Whatever
All
works.
Right. So now that we got everybody back, I wanted to mention another great video this week and another exciting show. If I could promote another show, it's the Renew Show. Probably one of the oldest shows, I think, of the quote-unquote shows in the weight loss surgery community. And their show this week was really, really good. Are they on Mondays too? I can't remember. I mean, I always catch everybody's show after the fact. I almost never catch it live. This is the only show I actually catch live because I'm on it. But other than that,
then of course Naked Truth when we can because we love them.
Well, Naked Truth I try, but it's tough. Sundays are hard for me because I'm in church and then I'm polishing my guns and that kind of stuff. But the Renew Show had a really good guest this week, and it was Jamie Goodwin. I think it's Jamie Goodwin. I know there's an actress by that name because I Googled her, and I'm like, wow, this doesn't look like the same girl that was on the show. But Jamie Goodwin was the guest, and I encourage you to go watch the Renew Show. Go check it out. And she is she's in a wheelchair. She has disability. She's paralyzed from like the chest down, and it's an amazing story. I think she got into the accident really young. It was a car accident, and has gone on to have 3 children, and she's living a full life, and she's such an inspiration. But she's trying to lose weight, and she's not a surgery patient, but she is trying to do it naturally. And so she had applied for The Biggest Loser and was basically deep into the process and then got rejected. And she was okay with that, seemingly. And then later on, somebody from that show asked her to be on the Extreme Weight Loss show. And then she winds up getting rejected for that, too, like really deep in the process. Again, they flew her out and all this stuff, and then eventually she got rejected. So she was devastated from that, started putting on more weight, and turns out one of the trainers that's involved with the show calls her up and says, I'd be willing to work with you for free, and I really want to help you, and I'm so inspired by you. So I believe her Facebook page is Wheelin' Weight Loss.
Okay.
Wheelin' Weight Loss, I think it is. And she's just a really sweetheart. She's a real sweet person. And I just fell in love with her story, and I think it's really encouraging because everybody struggles with exercise and things like that. But there are people with disabilities. I myself have a lot of limitations in what I can and cannot do. And sometimes it really, really upsets me. And I've lost a lot of weight, and I thought I would be further along in that regard. But there's always things you can do. You know, there's all kinds of sit and be fit stuff that you can do. You just got to really just try to do whatever you can. And she is just a perfect example of that. You know, she does all this upper body stuff. And it's just an inspiring story. So Renew Show, go check it out. I just found it really, really interesting, and I thought you know, she's a great person. So, and I'm not sure what her Facebook is, but it's all there on the Renew Show. So go check her out. She's an awesome person.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you were telling me about about her story, and yeah, that's so cool. So I mean, good for her. I think that's great. Excuse me. Still fighting this damn cold. Did you get a whole shitload of snow up there in NYC?
Oh, in Manhattan we lucked out. I mean, it's so funny though because if I know BSG Granny and BSG Bobby are from Long Island, but the island always gets fucking slammed, but everybody in the city is just like, oh, we didn't get anything, so nothing happened. But meanwhile, like on the eastern part of Long Island, they got like fucking 2 feet of snow and they got fucking hammered. But no, Manhattan itself got nothing. Pretty much. I mean, we got a sprinkling, but it was
nothing
like,
major, no.
Yeah, you know, 2-3 inches. No big deal.
Nah,
I eat that shit. I eat that shit. I put asbestos on and I eat it. It's great shit. You know what I'm saying there, Jerky? No problems.
Oh man, but yeah, no, that's good.
Boston,
that's good.
Boston got hammered.
Yeah, they did. We where I work, we have another office that's in Rhode Island, and they were shut down for that day, and they were almost going to shut down for the next day, but thankfully they said the snow wasn't nearly as bad as they expected, so they were able to get back in that day, but it was still a huge mess. Crazy stuff.
Oh, and yeah, Boston and how did Chicago do? Because speaking of Chicago, I wanted to talk. A few people have started talking about the meet and greet in Chicago. Do you know anything about this? I'm going to turn to the Chicago guy now.
There
I'm over here. I got a really fucked up Chicago accent story. But do you know about the Chicago meet and greet?
I've heard a little bit about the Chicago meet and greet. I've seen some people talking about it. Yeah, because that's coming up pretty soon, if I remember correctly. That's coming up before WLSFA.
I think it's in March.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, March, St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, but I think it's after St. Patrick's.
Okay.
Because I always wanted to see the Green River in Chicago.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be a blast.
Yeah, the Green River. But when I was in Vegas years and years ago, I don't know, we were at my friend's wedding, and we got into this cab, and this was like, I don't know, in the 90s sometime, because Tupac had just gotten shot, like, I don't know how many, like a couple of months before or something. And we get this cab driver, and he's a Chicago transplant, so he's he's telling us all these mob stories and all these like fucking crazy stories, and he's like, so you know so we're driving, and he goes, over there is where Tupac got whacked. And the other day, I had the district attorney in my cab, and I said, you have any trouble finding suspects? And he says, no, I'm having trouble finding someone who gives a shit. I swear to God. And we're like, what the fuck? This is the most fucking. This Cammy's so fucking crazy.
Oh my God.
He was telling these stories, but I would love. I wish I could go to Chicago. I'd love to. But
That would be awesome.
yeah, I am just so. I got that Italian disease. It's called Mafunzolo. Mafunzolo. I got no monies. I got nothing. So I really, the more I think about Ohio, Ohio. O-H-I-O. O-H. I keep wishing I could go. I'm going to see if I can work out a few more hand jobs with hobos and maybe try to swing OH too.
Come on, you can do it. You got time. You got time. Everyone's talking about it on the comments. Jim's talking about how the embassy is great because they got a free breakfast buffet and then they got free happy hour for 2 hours in the evening. So free booze, kick ass.
Yeah, free booze. That's always good.
Sister Scaleback just ordered her room. She's all set to go. So I mean, everyone's gearing up for it, which is awesome. We're still waiting to hear. Hopefully, we get the notice that we can do the speaking engagement because we're keeping our fingers crossed from that. I heard a lot of people have been nominating us, which is awesome. We can't thank you guys enough. And in case you caught it last night, if you go to Lacey's Facebook page, between me, my wife Ryan, Lace, and Gracie, no one's stopping me but me, for 140 posts, we posted nothing but 90s hip-hop and R&B, and holy shit, we were having a blast. We're like, you know what? We should just DJ a party at OH. I think that would be too much fun.
Yeah, I came in late. I really wanted to post a bunch of wacky videos, but I came late to the party. I saw it late last night. But Christine, Teeny Tiny, she just posted that she's the head of the meet and greet in Chicago, and it's March 14th. And they died at the River Green on the morning of the 14th, so that's going to be great.
Oh, fuck, that'd be awesome.
I would love to go. I want to go to Chicago and do an Untouchables tour. I want to go to all the different places when the movie Untouchables. It's like one of my favorite movies. You want to get Capone? Here's how you get Capone. Sends one of yours to the hospital, send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. I love that movie.
Oh my God, I haven't seen that in so freaking long.
De Niro is so fucking amazing in that movie.
Let's see here, nominate. Thank you, Sister Scaleback. She said nominate you. Need an invite to that party. Sandra's hitting on you. Sandra Hess. Whoa, Walter's looking slim.
She's been drinking. Sandra, come on now. What's wrong with you? Thank you, Sandra. See, I'm learning to take the compliment. Thank you, Sandra, and just shut the fuck up. Because I like everybody else, I used to do the same thing. Oh, what's wrong with you?
Oh, they're doing a Segway tour in Chicago. That'd be fucking awesome.
Oh my God.
In March? Oh my God! I hope you guys don't hit a patch of ice on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I want to wear my kilt. I'm gonna wear my kilt on a Segway.
Oh, those drunken fuckers as you're going by on Segways.
Yeah. I want videos of that. I gotta see videos.
They do those Segway tours in D.C. and whenever we go in town and just go to like the Smithsonian or something, you just see this line of like 20 Segways just going down, and always you see somebody eat shit because they trip and fall right on the sidewalk. It's so fun. But yeah, you honestly you bring up a good point, because I'm still trying to learn this myself. Is weight loss compliments.
Oh my God!
It's really hard. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be, because I get a lot of people who will come up like at work. They'll say, God, you look great. I can tell you're really losing weight. Your face looks slim, and I'm like, thank you, really appreciate it. I mean, I genuinely appreciate it. I'm just so not used to it.
I know, man. Totally.
Ryan, she notices and checks me out and all the cute stuff that I'm not used to. It's so weird.
Let's get it on. You got the candles going. You light up a little sex on the beach, whatever it is.
There you go.
Toes in the sand. Yeah. What's going on, girl? Woo.
But seriously though, it's such a weird feeling. You talked about like earlier, I know you mentioned it kind of sarcastically, but still kind of like a little bit of a piece of meat. You're just not. It's not something that you're used to. I
No, I
remember
know.
Christine mentioned it earlier, where she said she had to tell a married guy at work that that he can't come up to her and tell her that she's sexy, which is pretty creepy. I mean, it's not exactly the nicest thing coming from a married guy, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can understand. I can understand the sentiment, and but you don't say.
Yes.
I personally, I wouldn't go up to somebody at my office and say, "You look sexy." That's just weird.
Yeah, and for me, like sexy is one of those words. I don't use that word unless I know you're single.
Right.
And if you're married, like I don't even like to say hot. Like I don't like anything like that. Like connotes like I'll say beautiful, or you're looking good today, or you look very lovely, or whatever. But you
Hmm.
got to be careful what you say.
No, I agree, and I wouldn't say hot. I wouldn't say sexy. I would say you look great. You look
Yeah,
very very pretty. You look very beautiful.
you look
Um,
you look mad fuckable, B.
I feel more comfortable saying that. Sure, why the fuck not?
Yeah, well, get the phone. Someone get the phone. Yeah, no, I get you, man. It definitely, and it's hard because I was gonna make a video on this, and I just totally just like forgot to, and just hadn't. I don't know. Lately, I've just been like, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But New Year's Eve, I saw a bunch of people that I hadn't seen, like family, friends, and just the compliments were just crazy. I mean, it was just like fast and furious, and it was like,
Sure.
hi, I didn't even know. I started to go into like tilts. I was like, zzz, zzz, okay, what do I say? And I just like, just say thank you and move on. I mean, because if you start, because my father is always like, he's got so many lines that we reuse all the time. But whenever he was fighting the cancer and stuff, and people people would go, "You look great," and he would go, "Compared to what?" Like, so I'm used to having like some kind of like one liner to shoot off, but now I just say thank you and I move on.
Exactly. I mean, at this point, that's going to be the best option. Just thank you and just keep on going. TJ, I bet you tell all the guys at your office that you think they're sexy.
Mm.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, it is. It's a weird that's another part of the mind games that I'm still trying to work around.
I love it.
Because
I mean, that's what I call a good problem.
it is. That is definitely a good problem to have. And at the same time, for as much as we're still planning to lose, because I think I think we talked about it. I think last week or the week before, you're looking to have kind of a goal weight of around 250 or so, right?
Yeah, somewhere
At
around
least,
there
at
would be
least at
good.
this point to start off with, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere. So that's what I'm looking for, and then we'll see what happens. You know, I might just get down to Phil Olson, 205, and just just love my body.
Absolutely. Damn straight. Why not?
Yeah, I
So,
don't know, man. But I know that I'll be awesome anywhere ish around there, and I'll be happy with whatever I get. I'll try not to drive myself too crazy.
no, absolutely. I mean, once I can get down, if I get down 250 and I still feel like I have more to lose, anything beyond that to me would be icing on the cake. I'd be happy. So, I was gonna ask because I know I mentioned it before we started the show a little bit. Um, how are you? I know obviously you're learning and doing quite a bit as far as um, your food lately, and I know you've got a few injuries here and there, but how are you as far as fitness coming along? Are you trying to incorporate anything, get some walking in, or anything along those lines?
I try. Yeah, I'm walking as much as I can. Like I said, I do what I can. It's not a lot right now, but unfortunately, but well, it'll increase. I mean, that's why I have to be super, super vigilant with what I eat.
Sure.
That's why I refuse the Tic Tac, as my legend goes. But it's true. I mean, and I did it again like recently with my family. Somebody tried to give me an Altoid, and I'm like, how much sugar is in this shit? Um, I don't care about my bad breath. God damn it, I ain't kissing you anyway, so fuck off. But but yeah, man. So I really have to focus on what I eat and make really, really difficult. I mean, they're not even difficult at this point. I mean, I'm just in a zone. I have a pattern. I have a habit. You know, I should say, you know, I have a schedule, and I have certain foods that I eat. And I try to like mix it up a little bit. Like have two or three things for each meal that I kind of go to, and that's it. You know, so I'm just sticking to that. So, but you know, when you can't exercise, that's, you know, you really got to make sure you're on point with the food, and I don't, you know, and I don't fuck around. Now it's been like it was my mother's birthday last weekend, and we had a big party, and you know, I'm surrounded by potato chips, and I'm surrounded by,
Sure.
you know, whores duvors, pigs in a blanket, you know, all kinds of stuff.
Devores.
Whores duvors, but like, you know, mozzarella sticks or whatever you're into,
Yep.
and you know, and I know I can eat those. I know I can. You know, it's only cheese. It's fine. It's, you know, it's bread and it's oil, but I know it's shitty. You know, it's too high in sodium. It's a shitty food. So I just stay away from it. You know, there are things now. I just mean in terms of like what I could eat in terms of like the sleeve. Yeah, like I know I could probably handle like, you know, potato chips. I'm pretty sure I could, but
Right.
I'm not willing to try. My whole thing is I'm going to keep that pretend that I can't eat things until I, you know. Like right now, if you put a pizza in front of me, I can't eat that. I just had surgery. And that's what I tell everybody around me anyway. So they're like, oh, okay, he can't eat. No. So
Okay.
that's
And
my way of getting by.
you had to mention pizza, and I was telling Ryan this earlier, man. I was craving a piece of pizza earlier. It sounded so freaking good. But I think what I'm going to try and do to kind of curb it is do you know, maybe sometime this weekend, just do some chicken parmesan, just baked chicken parmesan, no noodles, just the chicken, the pasta sauce, and, you know, some cheese on top, and be money that way. I think that would kick that craving for me. So.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of ways around it, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
And me, like lately, and like I used to love. I mean, sandwiches, subs, hoagies, whatever you call them. But I mean, I was a huge, you know. Now I just have I get like a slice of turkey, and I'll put like a little slice of cheese, and I'll melt it. Just give it a little heat or something, and I just go with that. No bread, no nothing, and that's like plenty for me. Just,
And while we're on the subject of foods and stuff, I find I've got a show to plug. Lindsay Cooks.
yes, yeah, it's a good plug.
Formerly known as VSG Bulldog, Lindsay Cooks. She posts cooking videos of all this kick-ass stuff that she puts together. She just did one of chicken cordon bleu. I swear to God, I'm going to try this because it sounded and it looked awesome.
Oh, chicken cordon bleu. He needed the money. Oh, chicken cordon bleu. Yeah, she's great. I love Lindsay. But the one thing that was weird about that whole thing, which I always kept meaning to mention, was I don't know what the situation was. Like somebody was
Me
like
neither, yeah.
or whatever. But I just found it funny that it's like Lindsay's channel is gone because somebody's stalking her. But go watch Lindsay Cooks. Like I don't get it. Like, isn't the stalker gonna find out? Right? Anyway, so God bless Lindsay. I hope the stalker leaves you alone.
Oh, absolutely. Sleeve Rocker just said make a pizza with pounded chicken breast as the crust.
Pounded breast. Oh yeah.
All right, hold on. You're not going to start thinking about Lacey again. Hold on.
Oh, you know, poor Lacey. She's with Captain America, Dr. Captain America now. She
That's right.
She wants nothing to do with me. She's all about Captain America.
That's right. That's right.
And his mighty shield.
Now, what do you have kind of a range for calories that you have in a given day?
Okay, well, actually, that's a great topic, Andrew. Thanks for asking. When I first started, when I first started eating food again, the concept of tracking was like, what the fuck am I going to track? A bite? Let me put in a bite of fucking random shit. So, but now that I actually started getting to a pattern again, I've been tracking with MyFitnessPal again, and I've been religiously completely under 7. It's usually between 5 and 650 maybe tops.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm still
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. I'm still. Well, that might be the reason why I'm losing weight like crazy. That
No
might be
shit, dude.
that might be the reason. Yeah, I'm Mr. like starvation mode right now, but I'm happy. I feel great, and the heroin works much better.
I guess
Everything's
so.
Yeah, everything's really good. So I can't complain. But I haven't gone. I keep tracking it. I haven't even come close. The closest I came to 7 was like 680, I think, one day.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
But
I'm
again,
like at
I'm only like 10 weeks out. So I only started eating like I don't know 5 weeks ago.
right. I'm usually anywhere between 8 and 900. So for you to say like 6, I mean that's
It's not
you
that
know,
crazy. It's
it
basically just like
it's still crazy to think.
it's
You
like
know,
10 cookies.
well, but honestly, look back. Think about this. Think about this. When you used to look at the back of a box of cookies or cereal, whatever, ice cream, name it, it always would say these percentages are based off of a 2,000 calorie diet. I used to
Right.
look at that and say, "Fuck, 2,000 calories? Who the
Oh my
fuck
God.
is gonna do 2,000 calories in a
Exactly.
day?"
What am I, a fucking supermodel?
I
2,000 calories.
I look at that now and I'm like, I couldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole, man.
No, I know. I was watching Dr. Pete Sleeve Rocker. He was talking about the calories he was getting in. Well, because
Yeah.
he's Mr. Atlas now. He's got those rock hard abs and those fucking guns, man. But he's up to like, what did he say he was up? Pete, he's in the audience. I think he said he was up to like 2,000 calories,
Oh, is he? Okay.
1,800 or something crazy like that. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But
Haney's
whatever he said, I was like, holy shit, that's an amazing amount of calories.
no. Haney's saying you need to switch to meth. It's better for the metabolism.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was interested in that blue stuff, that
Yeah,
Heisenberg shit.
absolutely. You got to pick some of that stuff up. And
Yeah.
Phil, I think you're right, Phil. Phil called it. I think Lace is now the new Gooch. We pick on her like they used to pick
Yeah,
on Gooch.
I think he's right. It's only because I love her and I can never have her, so that's what we do. We pull her ponytail in school. That's what we do.
But that's true. That is true. But yeah, just honestly, I mean, look, thinking about that, 600 calories, and then like I said, I'm setting like 8 or 900. So I mean, it's not that much of a difference when you look at the grand scheme of it. But fuck, I
What?
mean, to
Oh my
think you're
God.
satisfied on that little in a day.
Oh, dude, it blows my mind every time. I mean, and actually, that's why I was like, I was talking so much about the restriction and how much I love the restriction. And Pete Sleeve Rocker just said 3,500 to maintain. That's fucking beyond bananas. That's crazy, crazy talk. I'd love to know how you get 3,500 calories in.
I mean, if you work out as much as he has, I can certainly
You
understand.
got no choice, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like I remember watching something. I don't remember how many years back, but it was during one of the Summer Olympics, and they were talking about Phelps. Before he got caught smoking all the pot, but he was talking about his diet and his workout routine. He ate insane amounts of calories. I mean, like in upwards of 5,000 to 6,000 in a day just to maintain. And you see, I mean, he's built like a brick shit house, man.
Yeah, I had a buddy who was a wrestler, Greco-Roman, and I used to bust his balls about that all the time. But he used to eat an insane amount of calories, probably the same amount, like 5,000, 6,000 calories.
Yeah, that's nuts. That is absolutely insane. But like I said, you work out that way. I mean, and that's why I love getting in and going swimming. As far as for me for exercise, because you can burn some insane amounts of calories, and it's as low, what do I say, as low impact as you can pretty much get. So
Yeah, that's something I really want to look into too. A lot of people do it, and it seems interesting to me with the swimming. I've never done it, like a swimming aerobics kind of thing.
oh yeah, if you can do that, or my thing was always, or has still been, I just go and swim laps. I mean, I grew up in the pool. That's always been my thing. I could go and swim for hours and be perfectly happy. But even doing like the water aerobics and stuff like that, Absolutely, it's awesome. If you get the chance to, that would totally do that.
Yeah,
But
just my back issues like really prevent me from doing that too. So
sure.
I just do what I can. I do it. If you're someone who's having those back and knee issues, man, I highly recommend looking into some what they call sit and be fit type stuff. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of options out there. Maybe I'll make a video about it one day. Who knows? If I ever
That
start
wouldn't be a
making
bad
videos again,
idea.
I might make a video again soon. I don't know.
Yeah, there we go. I know people will want to see a video from you again.
Yeah, I need something to sell. What's Evelyn? She gave me a good idea to sell. Evelina said I could sell set points. So if your body is if you want to get a new set point, I'll sell you a set point for like $50.
There you
So
go.
whatever you're into.
Shit, there you go. Oh, no, I was asking about like exercise and stuff because I don't know what the hell happened, man. I've been on a kick this week. I posted earlier in the week when I was shocked that I did 2 days in a row in the office gym where I work. I now went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I went today. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just really
Are you
like.
gonna be one of those douchebags that has to like, every 5 minutes post? Well, I just did 10 miles. What did you do today? Hashtag blow me.
Well, what's that? Have you seen that DirecTV commercial with Meathead Rob Lowe? I can't stop saying bro, bro.
I guess I'm saying bro. Like, there's so many. It's so funny. There's so many stereotypes of people when they go through the weight loss, and then, or when they become like, and then all of a sudden they're like fitness junkies.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Well,
reminds me.
my cousin. I'm sorry. My cousin, when he was growing up, he's I think 2-3 years younger than me. Fuck this cough. He was always a big kid as well. Not to the extent like I was, but he was a bigger kid. He is now a firefighter and an amateur bodybuilder. This
Wow,
guy is
turned it around.
fucking nuts. I may have to pull a few pictures and share it because this dude, like, it's unreal. Like how he's done his transformation and what he does on a regular basis. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I don't mind. I love being inspired by people, but sometimes people take it to the point where it's like you're just fucking showing off. It's like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I'm gonna probably piss people off by saying this, but like, I hope that I'm hoping that I never become that asshole where I'm like constantly taking selfies of me at the gym going, I just benched 500 pounds. What did you do today? What's your excuse, fatty?
I would just chalk those up to the NSVs, but yeah, it would get to the point where hopefully you don't end up making that as the primary post every single day.
Well, if I do, please feel free to unsubscribe and unfriend me. When I sell out and become a fitness expert douche.
When you become a Beachbody consultant?
Yeah, I'm Beachbody. Listen, new Shakeology product has come in. What do we got going? I don't see anybody call. I think everybody left. Did everybody leave?
I think, yeah, everyone got quiet, so
right.
they were talking
I guess
about...
that's it. I guess people are fed up with us. It's 9 o'clock. Go fuck yourself.
Yep, exactly, Phil. Do you even live, bro?
Nice.
But yeah, I think I'm good. I think we covered what we wanted to talk about, and I think the Kingdom, my God, Kingdom's
shit.
ready for us to go, as well as
Hey, bro. Oh, dude, bro. Oh, bro. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, guys. So I guess we'll wrap it up because my partner's fucking. He's got the plague over
I'm getting
there.
high on my own supply of water.
Dude, you know the 10 crack commandments. Yeah. So let's plug. We have to plug the mighty TJ one more time. He's going to be on Real Talk with Miss Beautiful Alicia. I'm trying to give them a proper plug now, and that's going to be Real Talk. And I think he said Monday at 9 o'clock, right?
I believe so. Yep.
Monday. So go check out TJ, the ever controversial ever beautiful TJ Brownfield, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
That should definitely be an interesting one. So, yeah, we'll be checking that out. And you want to sign us off here while you still have a voice like I don't?
Okay. All right, bro. It's good to be the king, bro. Something
Take
like
it
that.
easy.
Hail to the kings, man.